And yeah, that's right. Come on, get ready and clap your hands. Hey, boys like and girls, that. Stand just up. Like that. Stomp your feet and clap your hands. Come on. It's time for Skeet Jones. Yeah, and the puppet. And that is all. Come on with Skeet. We can be free. A place to learn, a place to grow. You can just let go. Let's have a ball. And that is all. I just want you to come and go with Skeet to a place of peace where everybody can turn their dreams into reality. There's no better place to be than with Skeet Jones, yeah. Come on, let's do it. Oh, Skeet, you are just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. And that's why I love hanging with you. So come on, everybody. We hanging with Skeet Jones, Positive Nation TV. Come on.
Hey, boys and girls, thank you for tuning in. I'm Skeet Jones, and this is the Magical Puppet Playhouse on Positive Nation TV.
Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to the Magical Puppet Playhouse. I'm Skeet Jones, and I have a really big surprise for you. It's my pleasure to introduce my good friend. That's right, she's on the Magical Puppet Playhouse. She's on Positive Nation TV, and she's here now with Skeet Jones. What's up, CZ? How you doing, CZ?
Hi, Skeet. Thank you for having me. I'm doing well, and I'm so happy and honored to be on your show.
Oh, you're welcome, CC. I'm so excited, not just about the report, but I'm excited to have you on my show. I just love you. You just make me laugh. I just love talking to CC.
Thank you.
She make me laugh all the time. CC, you gotta FaceTime me sometime. Oh,
I definitely will.
Oh, I'm sorry. We gotta get back to the show. Yeah. All right, sorry, CC. I lose focus sometimes. We gotta get back to the show. All right, Jerry, let's get back. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right, CC. I'm excited about the science report and what you're about to present. So, what do you have for the boys and girls? Tell them, CC. Tell them.
Okay, so today we're doing a report on the making of a baby doll.
Wow, that is awesome, CC. Well, go ahead, take it away.
Okay, well, thank you, Skeet, and hello, boys and girls. My name is Cece, and my report about the baby doll, and this report can be found on toyhalloffame.org. And the toy that's known as the baby doll was inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame in 2008. So I have a few questions to start off this report. What period did the baby dolls first appear? What were earlier dolls made from? And what period did the baby doll first appear? Well, before the first baby doll appeared in the mid-1800s, girls were limited to companion-style dolls or elaborate fashion dolls, neither suited for cradling or cuddling. Unlike companion dolls with which children play tea party and dress up, baby dolls have a specific function in imaginative play. Children primarily treat baby dolls as they would infants. They are toted around in strollers, fed from high chairs, and even rocked to sleep just like newborns. Since the mid-19th century, doll manufacturers have worked very hard to produce dolls that look and act like infants. In 1922, doll designers even reached a new level of realism with the Bilo baby, which is a doll that is supposed to look like a 3-day-old newborn. Wow. The 1930s saw the proliferation of drinking wet dolls such as Betsy Wetsy and Tidy dolls. Nowadays, baby dolls come with so many functions that allow them to do things such as eat, crawl, play peekaboo, and even respond to a child's voice. Well, every baby doll, from the simplest version to even the most technologically advanced, serves a very special function in cultivating, nurturing, and parental roles in children, all while promoting open-ended active play. So, what were earlier dolls made from, you ask? Early dolls would have been made from materials such as cloth, clay, wood, and even leather. Dolls made of corn husk were used in harvest celebrations, and dolls were used in fertility practices and to teach children traditions. Nowadays, most homes with children will have dolls in some form, whether they're soft, cuddly rag dolls, realistic baby dolls, fashion dolls, or even superheroes. Well, thank you, boys and girls. That's the end of my report about the baby dolls.
Oh, wow, Cece, that was great. Wow, you did a wonderful job on that report about the baby doll. Thank you for joining us on the Magical Puppet Playhouse. Thank you, Cece.
Thank you, Skeet. I'm honored to be on the show. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, we hope to have you back. All right, thank you, boys and girls, for joining us, and we see you next week. I'm Skeet Jones on the Magical Puppet Playhouse. So stay tuned for some storytelling, and we're going to have some rocking songs for you, too, to dance on, right, CZ? Yeah, you get to dance, y'all. All right, bye-bye, boys and girls. Bye-bye. See ya. See ya. All right, cut. Cut. I said cut. Cut. Come on, Skeet, stop. Cut. I hear Mimi barking. Mimi barking on my show. I know.
What's up? How you doing? I hope you're having a great day. First of all, I want to send some positive energy your way. But before you leave, I just want you to sit down for a couple minutes and let me read this book that I wrote, called Smart Mouth. I really think that you will really appreciate the lesson in there. I mean, I know somebody has a smart mouth. You know someone. Everyone knows somebody that has a smart mouth. Let's get to the core of what this book talks about. She had an answer for everything, but she knew nothing at all. With a thorax full of silly, she was always quick to cut off someone before they could complete their sentence. So knowledge and correction always escaped her. Her attitude was terrible. Her outer exterior was gorgeous. The cancellation. Her mouth moved quicker than her feet. So she fell for anything. The falling of a nation. She had a boyfriend and a girlfriend, one to talk slick to and the other to gossip to. It was very seldom that she actually had a conversation with herself. She just loved the sound of her own voice. She even worshiped the ground that she stood on. One day she went by her grandmother's house, and as I stood face to face, her mouth interrupted her ears. So grandma's words had fallen short. Too knowledgeable to be educated, too opinionated to be corrected. What a waste. The smart mouth kept cruising through life with little regard. It was one early Friday morning that changed the world of Smart Mouth. Coming out of her home, she saw the ambulance across the street. Ooh, lights, crowds, and panic surrounded the home that she recognized very well. It was her grandmother's house. Smart Mouth began to panic. This was an emotion that she was not used to feeling. She floated across the street in a cloud of worry. No one spoke to Smart Mouth. Her presence made others uncomfortable. Her reputation had preceded her. And in this sad moment, she realized how much her smart mouth had worked against her. Her grandmother had passed away. No one gave emotional support to Smart Mouth. She had given others such a hard time, and the damage had already been done. The dark cloud that had followed her all her life had finally shown itself. Always arguing and in conflict, in loneliness is where she evaluated her ignorance. Reminiscing on the last time she had seen her grandmother, sadly, she could not even remember her grandmother's words. This was because her mouth interrupted. In her desert place, she tossed around in a bed full of sorrow. Teary-eyed and frustrated, she fell into a deep sleep, and she heard a voice. "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." Smart Mouth questioned, "Who are you? I'm quite sure that you don't like me, just like everybody else I encounter." But the voice assured her that it was the voice of Jesus, and he sure loved her. Smart Mouth felt peace as she rested in the presence of the Lord. She had a vision of herself using her mouth to build individuals up instead of tearing them down. She woke up feeling as though she knew what her calling was in life. She would use her mouth to reform the world around her. She began to read her Bible daily. She also went back to school and received her law degree. Smart Mouth was on a mission to be a positive force in her community. She named her law firm Smart Mouth Associates. She used her smart mouth to make others aware, wiser, and confident. She won 10 cases in her first year. Knowing that she was making a difference had brought her purpose in life. She was invited to speak at schools, churches, and even the White House. Smart Mouth told her story everywhere she went. It didn't take long for her to accumulate a huge fan base. She had changed the meaning of the word smart mouth. Proud of the new path that she had chosen in life, Smart Mouth finally made peace with the memory of her grandmother. She went to visit her grave and did not say one word while sitting next to the headstone. She heard a voice in the wind say, "I knew you could do it. God gave you the smart mouth for a reason, and now you are using it wisely. I am proud and love you." Smart Mouth cried tears of joy, finally realized that she could learn more from people if she just sat and listened while they were speaking. She had become a successful lawyer, and now she decided to move into politics. She began to infiltrate Congress and make a change. People loved her, and eventually she decided to run for office. Smart Mouth got many powerful people to back her campaign, and she was overwhelmed to find that she had been nominated for president. That November, she won the presidential race, making her the first female president in United States history. No matter what race, creed, or economic class you stand in, you can always use your mouth to bring positive change in the world. I wrote this book to inspire the next world leaders, community activists, and more. Use your mouth to speak the truth. Use your mouth to make others better. Use your mouth to make those around you smarter. Be a Smart Mouth by Derek Spears. I hope you enjoyed that. Skeet, I hope you enjoyed that because it has a lot of good meaning. And that's what we're here on earth to do, to inspire others to be better people.
What's up, boys and girls? What's up? It's me, Skeet Jones of the Magical Puppet Playhouse. And this episode is Read with Skeet. And today on the show, we got my man, KT. He's out of Georgia. I believe is this Savannah, Georgia?
Yes, sir.
All right. So go ahead, KT. Introduce yourself to everybody and tell us what book you're going to be reading to the boys and girls.
I'm Kimon Timmons, also known as KT. I'm 9 years old, and I'm a fourth grader.
All right. That is awesome, man. So what book do you have for us today?
My book that I'm going to be reading today is called The Little Engine That Could.
Wow, man, that's a good one. I can't wait to hear the story. All right, well, we ready when you are.
I'm ready.
All right, let's get them, man. Ready? Go ahead. You can read.
Okay. The Little Engine That Could, as told by Olive Beaupre Miller. Once there was a little train of cars. She was flying across the country with a load of Christmas toys for the children who lived way over on the other side of the mountain. Her wheels went around very fast, squealing along the track. Choo choo, choo choo, choo choo. She was happy because she was carrying that load of toys for the children, and she had just time enough to get to the end of her journey before the last Christmas shopping. But all of a sudden, bang! Right at the foot of the mountain, the little engine broke down. Chug, chug, squeak!
The wheels slid along the track and then stood perfectly still. She couldn't go an inch farther. And how in the world could she ever get across the mountains now in time for the children's Christmas? Rag dolls, paper dolls, china dolls, little toy wagons and carts, doll houses and Noah's Arks, tops and bats and balls. Were they all to stay there useless and the children on the other side to go without them? For Christmas, the little train felt very sad as they stood there hoping for help. She suddenly toot, toot, toot. Along came a great strong engine, all finely cleaned up and shining with his number plate scored and bright. He had just finished his working of pulling a fine long passenger train with sleeping cars and dining cars. That was something to do. He was puffing and blowing with pride. "Oh, big engine," cried the train while her cars all joined in the chorus. "Will you please take us over the mountain? Our engine has broken down, and we're loaded with Christmas toys for the children on the other side. Will you help us? Help us! Help us!" But the great big passenger engine blew off steam with a shriek. He puffed himself up with pride. He made himself look very huge. "It's not my business," he roared, "to pull such a little nobody. I pull much finer trains with sleeping cars and a dining car. I can't be bothered with you." Puff, puff, ding dong, woohoo! And he switched himself round on a side track, past the poor little train of cars, and soon left her helpless far behind. Well, the little train of cars felt sad, but he should never left off hoping that someone would come to help her. Pretty soon, toot toot, along came a great strong freight engine. He had just pulled a freight train over the top of the mountain and was on his way back to the roundhouse to take a little rest. But the train was called to his engine to wow. Her cars all joined and in his chorus. "Oh, big engine, please will you take us over the mountain? Our engine has broken down and we're loaded with Christmas toys for the children. On the other side, will you help us? Help us, help us, help us!" But the big freight engine snorted. He snorted and puffed and puffed. He sent up out of the smokestack a shower of angry sparks. "I've done enough work for today." "Yes, sir," he hissed. "I'm off for a little rest." "I've done enough," said "Done enough. I've done enough and enough." And he switched himself round on the sidetrack past the poor little train of cars and soon left her helpless far behind. Well, the little train of cars now felt very, very, very sad. but she never left off hoping that someone would come to help her. Pretty soon, dragging along, there came slowly up the track a rusty, dusty, dangling engine, just about the size. The engine that had been pulling the train, this rusty, dusty, dangling engine, was sighing and moaning and grunting. He was rumbling and grumbling and groaning. But the little train called out while her cars all joined in the chorus. Oh, engine, engine, please will you take us over the mountain again? Our engine has broken down and we're loaded with Christmas toys for the children on the other side. Will you help us? Help us! Help us! Then the rusty, dusty, dangling engine groaned and grunted and grumbled. I never could pull you. I couldn't have the strength. No, no, I never could. I never could. I never could and I never could. And I shouldn't have. And he dragged himself round on the sidetrack past the poor little train of cars and soon left her helpless far behind. Well, the little train of cars now felt very, very, very sad, yet still she never stopped hoping that someone would come to help her. So after a long, long, long time, along came a little small engine. So very small it seemed useless to ask her for help. Yet she had one bright, lovely eye shining out in her head. And she was humming and hurrying, whistling and ringing. Her bell is the very way so the little train cried out while her cars and all joined the chorus. Little engine, please, could you take us over the mountain? Our engine has broken down and we're loaded with Christmas toys for the children on the other side. Can you help us? Help us! Help us! Now the little small engine had never been far away from the freight yard. She had spent all of her days in switching, but think of all those children without their Christmas toys. She couldn't let the train stand still and the children had no toys for Christmas. So she started to chug up steam and she answered. Then she came straight up to the train, cut, hold, started, pull. She tugged and she tugged and pulled. And pretty soon, ding dong, puff puff, chug chug, the train of cars began to move slowly. The train began to move, and the little small engine kept rolling and rolling, tugging and tanging and pulling. And as she tugged, she kept puffing slowly, very slowly. I think I can. Steadily, she gained speed and now she puffs out faster. I think I can. But and by. She ran steadily, smoothly up the track, and then she puffed very fast. I think I can. At least, at last. And at last, she reached the top of the mountain. She stood on top of the world. She climbed that big, long slope. She done it. Hooray! And there, way down below, lay the city where the children lived to whom she was buried. The toys she gave on puff of joy. Just one great big long puff. Then down she started sliding after, faster. And as she went, she kept puffing. I thought I could. The little train of cars squealed behind her, and the little children down in the city got their toys for Christmas. The end.
All right, man, you did a phenomenal job, man. Oh, I love that story. All right, give the boys and girls the title of that book and hold it up so they can see it. They may want to get a copy.
My book house story time.
It's called It's My Book House Story Time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Skeet
With
has a good time. All right. Thanks for reading with Skeet.
You're welcome.
Thank you, KT. Well, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, parents, grandparents, we want to say thank you so much for tuning in to the Magical Puppet Playhouse with Skeet Jones and KT. Take care, and we hope to see you guys next week. All right? So don't forget, y'all, it takes a village of puppets to raise a child. I'm Skeet Jones for the Magical Puppet Playhouse. Take care, everybody, and don't forget, peace and hair grease.
And yeah, that's right. Come on, get ready and clap your hands. Hey, boys, like that. Stand just up. Like that. Stomp your feet and clap your hands. Come on. It's time for Skeet Jones. And the Puppet. And that is all. Come on with Skeet. We can be free. A place to learn, a place to grow. You can just let go. Let's have a ball. And that is all. I just want you to come and go with Skeet to a place of